Well, we're back now for the battering portion of our okra. So I'm going to go to our refrigerator and retrieve the bowl of okra that we have previously made, and I will bring it out of our refrigerator and get it prepared. We kept it cold and we kept it from being full of moisture, and if you'll see here that we have approximately 2 to 3 cups of already nicely cut okra. Now, so it needs to be dry. You don't want to put it into your batter wet, okay? Because your batter will not stick to the okra if your okra is wet. So make sure that it's dry. If I also have 1 chopped chili that I've added in here, and I will actually put that in a little bit later. So if we get it mixed in, that's fine. But I've got it, it's nice and dry. There's no moisture in this okra at all. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that my mixture here has not thickened. And you can see it's still sliding off of there very nicely. If there's a little bit of chunks of batter in there, like your flour mixture, you can just take your spoon and mash it down a little bit, but it's not going to hurt your battering at all. Now this batter is only about enough for half of this mixture, but we're going to do it. If you'll notice back here, we already have our oil heating. And so by the time I get ready to fix the first batch, it should be up to a temperature of 375 to 400 degrees. So what I'm going to do, if you'll notice, I'm putting my basket on something here because the batter will actually drop down. And so just to keep your surface clean, put it on something that you can wash readily. So what I'll do is I'll take a handful of this okra and I will drop it down into my batter. And I want to be able to coat it well. So that's what I want to do. While it's sitting there, I'm going to take about 4 to 5 tablespoons full of the white cornmeal and put it down into this receptacle so that I can get ready to put the battered okra into it. There's 2 tablespoons, there's 3 tablespoons, and there is 4 tablespoons. And remember, if we have some left over, we're fine, because we need to make more of the batter a little bit later. So I'm going to take my okra and I'm going to stir it into my batter. Okay, all right, and that's really good, a good coating. All right, then I'm going to do something I normally would do at home if I had a smaller one, but I have a slotted spoon, and it's very big, so don't really need one that big, but a slotted spoon will allow some of the batter to drop away so that you're not getting big globs of batter into your frying receptacle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoop up some of this and I'm going to shake it down, okay, so that it goes through the slotted spoon. You can see that it's dripping through there, and just shake it down. All right, then take your spoon and just knock it off into, by piece, into your breading. If you notice it's dripping down in there, that's fine, because later on you can fry it too, okay? All right, so now that's done. So I will then just actually spoon some of this over on top of it, and you can see it's coating very, very nicely, okay? Now keep it away from each other if you can. All right, that's a part of this, the wonderful thing about it. Once you get it coated and it stays away from each other, when it fries, it will not stick together either. Okay? Now, what I want to do is I want to take them now and I want to lay them in the basket. And remember now, this basket would hold about 3 times as much as I'm going to put in there. But I just want to show you how well it will fry. And I will actually make one more group of this. Okay, put it in the basket. All right, and then I will make one more grouping of this, what I have left. Again, make sure that it's battered well. And the birds are visiting us is the reason I'm looking out the door, because the big pigeons are here stealing the corn that we have ready to plant that's sitting out on the front porch. So now I'm going to shake it down, and then once I've shaken the batter through the slotted spoon, I again will take the cornmeal and be ready to bread it. And again, I'm going to try to keep it away from each other if I can. This is a southern fried cornmeal delicacy. And my wife, when she was alive, she loved to fry it, but she wanted it very almost burnt. And she loved the burnt flavor and the crispness of the okra. And she would also put some onion in there and fry it with the okra. It was very, very good. But this is not the way she would make it if she were ready to fry it. She had some other ingredients that she put in. But this is a Texas or a southern fried cornmeal recipe for the okra. So I've got them ready now. And one of the things about, don't let it sit there very long, because it begins to soften, and you don't want that to happen. You want it to immediately start frying when you put it in the pan, okay? So my videography will come over here, and we'll take this over to the fryer, and I'm feeling the top of my oil. And again, this is in the Lodge cast iron, and it maintains wonderful heat completely throughout the whole Dutch oven. So now I'm going to lower it down in there easily, and it will usually, yeah, you can see that it's already frying, so the oil is good. So once that it's frying, then you want to take another spoon, and again I'm going to take another slotted spoon so the oil will go through. But once it starts to float, and I will show you that in a minute, then you can kind of stir them around so that they are browned all around. Now, it's frying very, very nice, but you don't see them floating yet. And so, as soon as they start to float, that means the moisture has begun to move away from the actual okra, and then you can start stirring it and making it brown. Some of these are starting to float now, okay, as you can see. All right, so I'm going to stir them around, okay. And you can see that some of them stuck together, which is okay, but I like for mine to be nice and brown throughout on all the sides. Good quality oil. Now you can use a peanut oil, you can use a vegetable oil, and at this point, if I will show you that we are using a coconut type oil. And it really, we're finding it fries very well. Remember, I told you that we needed to be frying at 375. So because it's at 400, I'm going to turn it down, because this machine will only go from 320 to 400. I didn't realize that when I bought it, but it's okay. So it's going to get a little bit brown. It's crispy now. I can feel it, but you can see it. It's beginning to brown. You see the coating. It's very well coated. And so we should get a good brown on it, just a little bit. All right. Now I'm looking at the okra and I'm seeing that it's browning. I was just mentioning to my videographer that this is the first time I've ever used white cornmeal. And I don't know that it's going to brown, but it's nice and crispy right now, and I can feel that. So I'm going to pull it up out of the oil in just about 30 seconds, and then I will show you. While it's doing that, I'm going to get a little bowl. All right, so that's it. That's it, and let it drain. Shake it just a little bit. And if you can hear this, videographer, you can hear that it's crispy. Okay? Alright, so now it's ready to go here. I've let it drain good, and I'm going to put it in the bowl. Now, you notice the crumbs that are left in here? You don't really want to leave those in there, because it will burn. And so you take them and just shake them out of your basket, because you do not want to reintroduce those into the oil, okay? All right, so now I'm going to turn my oil off because I'm not ready to fry them yet. But as you can see, you have a really nice breading, and I want to put just a little bit of salt on them. So test it to see how, just a little pinch of salt. Okay, drizzle over the top of it, and then we're going to see how well it tastes. Oh, wow. Nice and crunchy.
It's hot.
Very hot. What do you think?
Very nice.
Very, very nice. Okay, well, we'll continue our lesson a little bit later. Thank you very much for watching. And then we're going to come back with our video cooking our fried buttermilk pork chops with mushrooms and also a mushroom cream of mushroom from Campbell's, which is a very good quality, not very expensive, but does add to the cost quite a bit. What are you ready? Well, this has been a Win with Lynn video, and if you would like to subscribe to the video where you can get some more of our cooking experiences here at the Lynn Missionary House, the boys and I will be videoing different foods that we're making. And very soon I'm going to ask Joshua, one of our boys here, who is a pharmacy student, to make some of his concoctions, I call them, because he likes to take all kinds of native plants and put them together and make a very good Filipino style food. Thanks for watching.